Okay, party people, this is the big one. That's what she said. We are going to do a joining video. We're gonna attempt this today and it's gonna be great and it's gonna be a long video and I'm gonna do my best to push through this and show you how to do crochet join as you go. And it should be your new favorite way to join. So let's do this thing. Now, as you can see, I have just 4 squares here. These are the Juliet squares. I'm going to be joining in a color that does not go with this color palette. Don't judge me. This is so you can see the stitches and it's great. We're going to, with continuous join as you go, you start at a corner and you go down or over and then down, and then you attach and go up, over, down. And if you had more squares, you would continue that. There is a chart in my pattern and there's a chart in most patterns that offer this. We're gonna do, for the purpose of this tutorial, 4 squares only to show you how every part of the join method actually works. So I'm going to try to do this uncut. I know I'm zoomed in now, but you see the 4 squares because these squares are humongous. So just bear with me. These are about 11-inch squares, not your normal granny square, I know, but we like it big. Let's just insert office reference there. When we're doing continuous join as you go, if you have a row across, you always take from the right side and you stack over accordingly. So that, because you're always starting from the right over to the left, completely opposite of reading, okay? So for these, if I had my rows and I was trying to get them ready, I would start stacking them over and stacking them over. And I just leave them on a row on my kitchen table, AKA my workspace. So we're going to start my first square. Please, dear God, let this all make sense. I like to start with my slip knot on my hook. Going to take, I learned this actually from Nautical Crochet, Mallory over at Nautical. She's the bomb. Please go and follow her and make all of her blankets because she's magic. We're gonna get that slip knotted onto our corner space. All right, I have to move this, I think, a little bit, or I have to move back. There we go. So we're slip knot into the space. I'm sorry, this is slow. Y'all, this is my first long video and we're gonna do the whole thing together. Maybe I'll speed it up here in the middle because there are a lot of stitches. To secure this though, my first chain, I like to grab both of the tails for the first chain and then drop the one. For this pattern, this is the crochet or continuous join as you go for the Juliet blanket. So for this, we're gonna chain 2 and then we're going to do a half double crochet. Notice I'm crocheting over my end because I don't want to deal with that later. That's a easy hack for you. We're going to chain 2 and 2 half double crochets in the corner again. See, look at me making all kinds of mistakes. So normal. All right, make sure I'm still in my frame. I keep having to check the camera here. I'm gonna move this over. All right, now there is a sneaky stitch, okay? Please do not forget the sneaky stitch. That's your first stitch. It can sometimes get covered. We don't want that. Make sure you get the sneaky stitch. Y'all, we are just simply half double crocheting across the top. The first square, by the way, is a little fiddly. Once you get more weight, you're just going in each stitch, by the way. Each stitch gets a half double crochet. This should not be too hard for anybody. Beginners know half double crochets. This is an intermediate pattern, but you see what's going on. All right, look at that, I skipped a stitch. See that? I'm just showing you what not to do, okay? Like this is me, this is Melly just saying, hey, don't do that. Don't be like me. Who loves my pencil grip, by the way? So much hate for my pencil grip. Everyone thinks I should be all knifey and slicey, and I only do that with blanket yarn sometimes. This is going, I'm gonna speed up a little bit, but you see, we're going across, This is a wild color. I mean, I almost like it. Watch me end up finishing the blanket in this crazy join color. Okay, so still with me? Am I a fast crocheter? Tell me in the comments. Is this fast? Is this abnormal? This isn't sped up. Almost there. Yay. We get to do this again down the other side. Very serious about speeding this up because I don't want this to be a 20-minute video. Y'all will be already like fast forwarding me 10 seconds. That's why I'm filling it with awesome Melly banter. All right, we're gonna get all the way to the end here. Last stitch. Okay, we're there. We've gone across. It's wonderful. Half double crochets all the way across. Now, in the corner, the first or the second corner, I guess it would be, we're gonna just do our corner stitches, or making our corner, extending our corner. 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and you guessed it. Oh my God, there's 2 more half double crochets. Okay, we're going to not miss the sneaky stitch again, and we're gonna just go all the way down. I believe this is 29 stitches. Just had this discussion in our tester group today. Shout out to my tester group because I've had 3 tester groups for this blanket and I have 0 regrets. They're all amazing. They will all be featured in the pattern and showing off their absolutely deliciously delightful, wonderful, gorgeous blankets. I feel kind of disappointed in myself because the background of this video should have nerd clusters in it because these are this square is featured in the pattern and it has nerd clusters in the photo. So I feel really disappointed that I didn't actually put nerd clusters in the background of this image. Should I like have my daughter bring me nerd clusters? I don't know, maybe at the 17-minute mark, we'll see some nerd clusters make an appearance. I feel like I have to now. I've mentioned it. I've put it in the universe. Okay, we're getting down to it. Let's see. I have to make sure I'm counting because I have that 1, 2. This was where I wove in some ends, so I gotta make sure not to have extra stitches in here, but that's right. Okay, need more yarn. All right, now here's where the actual joining part comes into play. This is so funky, oh my Lord. So we've come across, you've got your square, it's looking delightful, really easy stuff so far. This is not meant to trip you up, guys. You're gonna love this so much. We're gonna do our first 2, our starting 2 total half double crochets in the corner. You're gonna chain 2. We're done with this corner. We're gonna grab our other square. All right, I'm gonna turn. Stay with me here, people. Stay with me. We're gonna do a standing half double crochet. I'm just turning my work because this is easiest for me. Do it however is easiest for you. As long as the stitch gets done, I don't care which way your work is turned. You're doing a standing half double crochet, which means you're yarning over as if you're fixing to insert it into a stitch, which you are, but you're attaching something. That's what makes it standing. So we're attaching into the corner, any corner of that second square. You've got your 3 loops. Look at that, standing half double crochet, super simple. All right, this yarn is gonna pretty much stay under your work, okay? Because this is where the continuous join as you go comes in. That last half double crochet you did in the first square, you've got this little nub, by the way. You wanna keep that chain, we're gonna come into that later. Keep it out to the side. Just make sure it's not, hanging out too, like it's not getting stuck under here. So you just, from top to bottom, okay? You're inserting from the top of the stitch, I guess is the only way I know how to describe it. You've got your strand here, you're pulling up a loop, I guess, but you're slip stitching, okay? So you've got your yarn and you're just making a slip stitch. Got your little nub, your little nubbin out there. And then you're gonna do your next, now you're working into the second square. So you've got your half double crochet in the corner and same pattern, you're going into the next workable half double crochet in the opposite square. Yarn is underneath. You're grabbing up a loop of your yarn. It's kind of like the slip stitch join, but with an extra bonus of doing a stitch, so it gives it a little more texture. Pull through. See how that's attaching? Sorry, the light keeps changing. I live in Florida and it doesn't have really good ways to make up its mind. So we're only doing 2 and 2. We're gonna complete these corners later. Put it on hold. Got your little nubbin over here. We're gonna continue down, sneaky stitch, and you're gonna just go back and forth. We're grabbing up to pull through all the way to do a slip stitch. See how I'm keeping, this is how I like to hold it. I like to hold on to my square, hold on to my yarn like normal, but it's keeping it underneath. So do a couple of more here. There, going into the next stitch. It's literally that simple, you guys. Do not overthink this. We're just half double crocheting, slip stitching across into the corresponding stitch of the opposite square. This is my favorite way to join. I literally do it with everything, even when patterns don't call for it, or if they give me a choice of join however you want. I'm like, well, that's a no-brainer. Let's do the continuous join as you go. My life was changed when I figured out how to do, well, didn't figure out, when I was taught how to do this by Nautical Crochet. She does it, I think, for most, if not all, of her joins for her blankets, and it's just golden. I thought about just asking her if I could just reference her video, but I thought maybe I need to be original. Now, are you guys still watching? Am I going too fast? Let's go slow again. Going into the stitch of the new second square or the new square, half double crocheting, and then going across. You've already used this one, so we're going to the next one. This will be even, I promise. Again, I think we're gonna probably fast forward right here because this is so much talking. And I think you're bored at this point, even if I could like be very entertaining and give you a lot of Office references, Gilmore Girl references, Psych references. I mean, I'm here for it. I can do it. That sometimes happens. Yeah, anyways. Oh, well, you know what? Let's talk about why this blanket's named Juliet. My daughter's name is Juliet, my youngest daughter, my little Minnie. And her name is Juliet, speaking of Psych references, because my husband and I bonded at the beginning of our relationship by watching the show Psych together. If you haven't watched it, I encourage you to go and find it. I don't care, buy it, binge the seasons, watch the movies. They're fantastic. But the lead female character on that show is named Juliet, and she's wonderful. Never had any issue with the character and had any issue with naming my daughter after the character, basically. So yeah, she's not named after Romeo and Juliet. I didn't go for a tragic, teen suicide situation. I would never have done that. She's named after a really fun, happy, upbeat show's lead female character, Juliet. And I love it. So are we still together on this? Are you still with me? Oh, the desperation. We're almost to one of the tricky parts. Let's see, got here. Gotta make sure, again, this is where I joined, woven my ends. Yes, I do that sometimes. And making sure that I don't add an extra stitch here. Okay, here's where we're gonna pray that I did the right amount of stitches, which I did. I can see it already. Okay, we're to the corner. Things look funky, right? Don't be weird. It's not weird. We're going to go 1 half double crochet in the corner and still continue with our slip stitch into the corresponding half double crochet. The second half double crochet does not go into a stitch right here. We need it to go straight across, which is why we're slip stitching into the chain 2 space. That slip stitch, because this is the next question I get all the time, that slip stitch counts as a chain as far as width goes, which is why we're only going to chain 1 before we continue across the top in the same way as we did the original square, with finishing our corner with the half double crochet 2. Isn't that lovely? I think it's lovely. It's very satisfying. I love this join. So I'm gonna pause the video because I am not gonna talk for another 5 minutes while I basically do the same thing that I did. I'm going to half double crochet all the way across, half double crochet 2, chain 2, half double crochet 2 in the corners. As I go down, same thing with this corner down here, and I'm gonna come back when I get to this point right here. Juliet has brought me nerd clusters. Do you want to put some nerd clusters here, baby? Here, put some in your hand and just put some right here. Oh, look at that cute little hand. There we go. Perfect. Thank you, baby. All right, you go ahead and finish your movie, okay?
Do you want me to take these?
No, I want them. I'm going to eat them. All right. Okay, go ahead. Y'all got an appearance of the real Juliet. She did bring me nerd clusters. Okay, so we've gone all the way. And back up and over. Half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet in the corner. Half double crochet down the side. If you had more squares, you would keep going. However, we're going to show you how to turn at the final square of the row. You're going to make your corner, half double crochet 2, chain 2, half double crochet 2, and I'm flipping my work around, so I'm working along the bottom, okay? So sneaky stitch. Thank you, by the way, I've stuck on you, Crochet Allie, for teaching me about the sneaky stitch. My very first pattern test was with her, and I learned that little sneaky stitch, and it's so good that she taught me that because I've never forgotten it. Literally doing the same thing here, guys. We are going to half double crochet all the way down the bottom of this square. It's nothing new. Again, this is written in such detail on my pattern, okay? I have it written down. If you're not a video person, dude, I got it written down for you, okay? It has been tested. This video is made late in the process. My testers read this method and did it by reading it in the pattern. So if they can do it, I promise you can too, because I had a range of blanket beginners to intermediate to experts, even though this is an intermediate pattern. I think this is not an intermediate join. I think everyone's capable of it, personally. We're almost to the end where we're getting to that little nubbin. I gotta give a shout out to BA with Baubles. She's awesome. She taught me about the little nubbin as well. Okay, I wanna show you, we're almost to the end. Okay, we're to that corner and the nubbin and the other corner. This is where I promised, this is a slightly confusing as far as having it written down, but we're just, think of it as just completing the corner, okay? Now, the only difference is when we're completing this corner is we already have a chain in here for both sides because we chain 2, right? We're just chaining 1 and you gotta find it sometimes. Mine gets lost occasionally. Just find it. Here it is. It's right there. You're gonna find that little chain 2 space and you're just gonna slip stitch into it. That's kind of your second chain that's being shared by both corners. You see I chained 1 so that I could make it over to the other corner. Chain 1 and then you're doing, so to reiterate, your 2 half double crochets, chain 1, slip stitch into that little chain 2 nubbin that you made when you attach the squares. Chain 1, half double crochet 2 to complete the other corner. Look how nice and square and satisfying that is. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna pause again. And y'all, you're just going to half double crochets in every stitch down the line, okay? That's all we're doing. I'll meet you back over here. All right, we've made it to the end. I'm eating a nerd cluster. You earned it, people. Okay, now I have to talk and chew. Oh well, that's totally fine. We're doing, as you may have guessed, 2 half double crochets only. This is the same way we joined over here. Really should have blocked these squares, by the way. That's why there's a little bit of rippling, because I really should have blocked them, but that's okay. Don't judge me. All right, you got your half double crochet twice in the corner, chain 2. We turn in again. Remember that second stack? Taking the 1. Sorry, nerds, you're gonna have to come over here. We are going to do another standing half double crochet to attach this square. And we're gonna do the same method. I'll go over it briefly again, where you have your standing half double crochet and you come across, push the little nubbin out of the way, pull that yarn loop from underneath and make a slip stitch. half double crochet again in the corner because you're doing a half corner. You'll complete these later, I promise. You're gonna come to the next corresponding stitch. Don't forget the sneaky stitch. And across you go. See how it kind of also gets easier? I like doing this on a flat surface. Sometimes my lap is fine. I'm so used to it now. I can do this pretty much anywhere. But the table is a great way to, or a great place setting to use if you've never done this before. Because it's just, you know, it's just sturdy. It's got plenty of room to slide around. So again, you see what I'm doing, I hope. Just back and forth across. Now, I'm gonna pause until we get to this corner because this is probably the most questionable part that, or the part that I get the most questions on. And I'll show you this. We're almost there, I promise. We're gonna do this thing together. All right, I'm stopping just before I hit this corner. Gosh, the light is a fickle witch here in Florida. I am so sorry. And it's also midday, so it's probably not helping, but you know what? This is the time I had. I want you to clearly note that there are already spaces in these other squares as well. So we are complete, or we're doing the first half of the corner, half double crochet into the corresponding, we're still doing that next stitch, okay? Don't confuse yourself. You've got this. I swear you are capable. You're gonna do your second half double crochet for that corner. Okay, you're seeing a trend here. You're going into the chain space around the chain, okay? Your slips, you see how I grabbed? We're just pulling through, we're slip stitching, you're attaching it. I wanna reinforce this, that's not enough for me, okay? We're going across into the other chain space. I don't know actually if I can be more clear than pointing at it right here. I will have pictures in the pattern. You are going to slip stitch another, you gotta lock in that thing in. It's so much more secure that way. And then I'm turning, okay, we're turning now. After that slip stitch, you will chain one, because remember a slip stitch counts as a chain, okay? Another shout out, by the way, to Kylie of Shop Mod Threads, because she's the one who put that in the most basic terms for me to explain, is that the slip stitch counts as a chain when she said it in her Jovi pattern. And I'm like, oh, duh, Kylie, I don't know why I used so many words before I read that in your pattern. So we've got our chain and we're gonna continue to complete our corner of this square. See, we're not attaching anything yet. We've just got 3 square thing going on. And you're gonna sneaky stitch. You're gonna go down the line, you guessed it, with all those half double crochets, and I'll see you again. I don't think I need to go over this again. I feel like you're good. We're gonna attach a square. Well, I'll come back. I'll do this one again just in case. We'll meet you here and then we'll come back up. We're gonna complete this corner and it's gonna, or the 4 square join, and then we're gonna complete this out and it's gonna be so beautiful. I can't wait, so good. All right, we're back. I'm gonna do our corner. Getting my square ready over here. We've got 2 half double crochets to start the corner. Chain 2. I know I feel like such a broken record, but I really don't care because this is necessary. Repetition is how we learn. These nerd clusters are really up in my business. Okay, it's okay. I like them up in my business. It's all good. I know there's a few people watching this who know me pretty well and are like, my God, she's a lunatic, and people are really getting to see only a quarter of it. Standing half double crochet again, because that's really where the magic happens, right? Nubbin out, nubs out. Slip stitch into the corresponding stitch across that first half, or that last half double crochet we made in the opposite corner there. Gonna do another half double crochet in the corner. Next stitch is slip stitch on the corresponding square, or on the opposite square, I'm sorry. And sneaky stitch again, because I'm gonna keep saying it, because you're gonna have dreams about the sneaky stitch. And when you miss it, you're gonna be like, dang it, Melly told me that freaking sneaky stitch. Ah, I knew it. She only said it 17 times in her video. I'm gonna come all the way down until I get to this corner here, and then we're gonna join these 4 together, and you're gonna be blown away by how easy it is. All right, we're at this very fun, funky corner, and everybody's getting scared and they're hyperventilating, and you should stop. We are gonna half double crochet because yeah, in the corner, what's in there all the time, people? 2, 2, and 2. As Allie of Beauty and a Hook would say, 2, 2, and 2. I'm sorry if it was Beauty and the Hook and not Beauty and a Hook because my brain is mush right now. Okay, half double crochet, going across. We're slip stitching like normal, like we've been doing, into that corresponding dealio stitch over there. We're gonna do our second half double crochet. Yes, we're going into the space of the opposite corner. You might be guessing, wow, Melissa, you wanna reinforce that, don't you? I sure as heck do, happy friends. Oh my God, we're gonna reinforce it 3 times. We're gonna go, do you see what space this is? The one next to it, or from the first square. I'm gonna slip stitch, a little lock in there, and then I'm gonna come over to the remaining one there. I didn't say remaining hole, you didn't hear that. We're gonna slip stitch into that. I'm gonna turn my work. My nerd clusters are gonna have to make room, all right? But we're still kind of loose there. We're going to chain 1. Look at that, all locked in. Look, oh, can we get out of the way? That's so good, oh my gosh. You're locked in, you just made a corner. I'm so proud of you, I'm so freaking proud of you. Let's finish, this is where your hook might wanna try to get like all attached to other stitches and it shouldn't. You're just gonna keep going, y'all. The stitch right next to that space above that last, or above the second square, you can see this. We're just going down the line, okay? So I half double crocheted into the working squares corner and I'm slip stitching across. Oh, look at me using an almost knife grip. Oh, what just happened? All right, second half double crochet in the corner. Crystal would be so proud. Knife grip, Melissa. Get stabby. And then right across. You see what I'm doing? Ignore what I'm saying because I'm being a little crazy. I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. And sneaky stitch for the last time. Across. And we're just going across. Same method we've been doing. Thank God I was in frame. I was really, really nervous I was out of frame for all of that. Oh my God. I'll be back when we get over to here. We've made it down to the end. Now this is a little bit different, but not really that different. It's kind of like when we joined up here, because on your outer edge corners there, this is pretty much gonna be the same. So we have, my nerds are about to commit suicide. Wait a minute, come back. Don't fall on the floor. Dogs will eat them and they'll die. No, I love my dogs. So we're gonna half double crochet, 1 in that corner of the working square, same thing across into the corresponding stitch. Please stay on my hook, that'd be great, thanks. Second half double crochet, and we're going into the space, remember, not a stitch, we're going around the chain in the chain space. I'm gonna turn my work. Okay, chain 1, because say it with me, the slip stitch counts as a chain. Excellent, everyone, I've made minions of you all. And we're going to finish our corner. Sneaky stitch. I know you were waiting for it. It was like an itch that needed to be scratched and you were gonna go nuts if I didn't say it right. I felt that. I felt it in my soul, way down deep inside. I love you guys. Thanks for sticking with me with all this craziness. I feel like I need some kooky cartoon music in the background. Maybe I'll add that. Will YouTube let me add that? I don't know. I'm a YouTube noob. I don't know. Like, this is way out of left field. I didn't even want to do videos, like, at all. Did not want to do them. Look, see how it's becoming like a blanket too here? Not like a blanket, it's becoming a blanket where I'm like, why do I keep saying like? Oh, where I'm squishing it up and it's a beautiful piece. I'll do a zoom out later. So I'm gonna continue down the way. I might as well keep this running. I've been chatting this long. Let's just do some speed crocheting here. We're almost to the end. I think I'm within 10 stitches. Holy Lord. Sometimes going too fast is not the best practice. Almost out of frame. Oh my goodness. The horror of horrors. Let's see, almost there. One more after this. Hallelujah. Okay, we're making the turn. We're just doing a full corner here, okay? 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half double crochets, little baby sneaky stitch. Y'all are never gonna forget the sneaky stitch for as long as you live. I promise. It's gonna be one of those Melly-isms that just like sits in your brain. I'm gonna make it all the way down here. We're gonna join here again. We're gonna come back up the side and we're gonna finish this. All right, we're to these little nub corner. Just a little reminder on how to do this. We're going to complete each corner. So the first corner here, half double crochet 2, but we're only chaining 1 because we're gonna come over to this little nub and slip stitch, which counts as one of the chains for each side. Chain 1 after that slip stitch and into the next corner to finish out with 2 half double crochets. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna come back over here and let's see. I don't know when I'm gonna turn this back on. Y'all already know, half double crochet 2, half double crochet 2 in the corner. And then we're gonna turn. I'll probably meet you here again for one more reminder on how to come into the corner here, to the slip stitch, the corner, and then we'll finish out. All right, let's finish. I'm so excited because I've been sitting here for a while. Half double crochet 2, chain 1, slip stitch into that little nub, chain 1, half double crochet 2. For the last time, sneaky stitch, half double crochet 2 across. Half double crochet across. Let's see. Come forward a little bit here. All right, 2 seconds, be right back. Okay, we've gone down the side, half double crocheted in every single stitch down to that last extended treble crochet. And now, because we already started with a full corner, we are just going to slip stitch into that starting chain to attach. Look at that. By sheer grace of God, I have scissors. Praise the Lord. And we have nerds. So great. I'm gonna just pull through. I'll weave that in later. And let's see. I'm gonna bring this out to show y'all the full square. This is literally as tall as I can make this camera here, so we're gonna have to do a little shifty work, but you can see where we started. Came down, or came across, came down, back up the side and over and attached. Beautiful little corner there, all the way around. This is also where blocking helps, okay? I'm just saying, get yourself a blocking board. I have a link for that. It won't ripple as much if you block these. So that's always a good idea. That's it. And now I gotta take pictures as I rip this entire thing out because this is not the join that we came here for as far as the color. Thank you guys. I hope this is very helpful. Leave me comments if they're nice. Don't leave me comments if they're trash because I'll just delete them or I'll tell you to have a nice day and be blessed. So thanks guys.